Hey guys, it's Miss Hoft. I'm going to try to go over the study guide with you on video today, so we'll see how it goes. You can rewind and rewatch anything you need to if I'm going too fast or if you didn't quite get one of the answers that I went over. Okay, so here we go. Number 1. Which expression can be used to represent the phrase 3 times the amount of money? Well, I hope we got this one. 3 times the amount of money. We don't know how much, so we're going to use an M. So you should have had C for number 1. All right, number 2. If Lisa travels an average of 65 miles per hour for 8 hours, she will travel 8 times 65 miles. Which of the following is equal to 8 times 65? Well, this is the classic distributive property. Split your 65 into 60 and 5, and you can solve it with 2 simple problems, 8 times 60 and 8 times 5. By putting those together, you have the total of 8 times 65. You should have had C for your answer to number 2. All right, number 3. Ryan had 18 more shots on goal during the soccer season than Peyton, who had 36. Evaluate the expression x plus 18 for x equals 36. So our problem is x plus 18. The good news is they tell us what x is. So x is 36. Plug in 36. 36 plus 18 is equal to 54. You should have had D for the answer to number 3. All right, number 4. Jerry has a coupon for $3 off the price of an item. If P represents the original price of a shirt, which expression tells Jerry's cost before tax when he uses the coupon? Well, we don't know how much the shirt was, but they're telling us to say it was P. Coupons get you money off, so you don't have to pay $3 of that total. So you should have had P minus the $3 is going to give you his total cost. You should have had C for number 4. All right, number 5. The expression F minus 3 represents the number of years Mark has taken piano lessons when Fatima has taken lessons for F years. So this is Fatima. This is Mark. 3 less than Fatima. How many years of lessons will Mark have when Fatima has 9 years? So we plug in 9 for Fatima. Mark is 3 less than that. Mark will have taken 6 years of lessons. You should have C for number 5. Number 6. What is the first step in evaluating the expression shown below? Well, we have 8 minus 7 plus 12 plus the value of 3 plus 1. Well, we know the parentheses come first, but we don't just say parentheses, we say the operation inside them. So the operation inside them is 3 plus 1. You should have had A for number 6. Number 7. What value of n makes this equation true? So we want to know which of those numbers can I plug in and make the equation correct. Well, we have 15 times 110 on one side. And we have 15 times 100 plus 15 times a mystery number on this side. Well, if you know the distributive property, we see that each of these have been times by the 15. So we must have just broken up this factor into 100 and 10. N should be 10. You should have had A for number 7. Number 8. The cost of N students to attend a workshop is 7N plus $12. What is the cost for 6 students to attend? Well, they give us the variable N to equal how many students. Then they tell us that the number of students is going to be 6 for this problem. So we plug it in, 7N, or 7 times 6, because we know that means multiply when your variable is right next to your number, plus 12. We multiply first and then add, and you should have gotten B, $54 for number 8. All right, number 9. That's the one that you could skip because we skipped that lesson. If you did it, great job. You should have gotten that Tennessee has 9 representatives. There will be one of those on the test for bonus points if you want to give it a shot. All right, number 10. Write the expression represented by N students divided into groups of 6. All right, so N students, we don't know how many. They tell us what letter to use, and we're dividing all those students into groups of 6. You should have N divided by 6. Okay, number 11. You should have a Dorito for number 11. 6 plus 13 minus 1 divided by 4 plus 2. All right, we're going to start with parentheses. 13 minus 1 is 12. Bring down the rest of the problem. Next, we do all the multiplication and division. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 plus 6 plus 2. 2 additions, so we're going to do them in order. 6 plus 3 is 9. Plus 2 gives us 11 as the total of our problem once we've simplified it down to one answer. All right, number 12. Alex starts with $5 and saves $10 each week. Nora starts with $14 and saves $10 each week. Copy and complete the chart to show how much money each has saved at the end of each week. What is the relationship between how much money each has at the end of each week? Okay, so first you need to make a table. I hope that you didn't do it in the book. All right, here's the weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this table is a little bit different because your corresponding terms go across instead of up and down. All right, so Alex will be like your input for the table, and Nora will be like your output for the table. So we're going to fill it in with the patterns they give us, and then we're looking for comparing these two terms, the corresponding terms. All right, so we know that we start with 5 and we start with 14, and that each one is gaining $10 a month. So 15, 25, 35, 45, 14, 24, 34, 44, 54. So your job is to find the pattern. What happens to a 5 to make it turn into a 14? What happens to a 9 to make it turn into a 24? You should have come up with the rule of this table is add 9, or Nora always has 9 more dollars than Alex. All right, number 13. Jana purchased flowers to plant her garden. She planted 2 flowers in each of her 5 garden beds. If T represents the total numbers of flowers, write the expression that shows how many flowers she planted. All right, this one's a little bit different because the variable is the answer. We can solve this problem. She has 2 flowers in each bed, each tells us to multiply, and she has 5 beds. So our problem is 2 times 5 equals the total. Because this variable is by itself, we can actually solve and say she planted a total of 10 flowers. All right, number 14. Joshua is watching a parade. He makes the table below to record his observations. What is the relationship between the number of drummers and the number of trumpets in each row? All right, so we're comparing drummers to trumpets. So your pairs of numbers should be, how does a 3 turn into a 6? And how does a 6 turn into a 12? And how does a 9 turn into an 18? And that's a pretty easy one. You should have that there are always twice as many trumpets as drummers, or the rule for the table is your input times 2 equals your output. All right, 15. What is the value of 7 plus 3m minus 2 when m equals 4? All right, another Dorito. It has a variable, but we can plug in what they're telling us. So 7 plus 3m minus 2 is really 7 plus 3 multiply times 4 minus 2. Well, let's do our multiplying first according to the order of operations. So now we have 7 plus 12 minus 2. 7 plus 12 is 19 minus 2 is 17 in the tip of our Dorito. All right, 16. The table shows the cost to board Lucy's dog at a kennel. Write the expression that shows the cost to board the dog for D days. So we know how much it costs for 3 days and 4 days and 5 days. But what's the pattern there for any number of days? Well, for 3 days, it's 36. For 4 days, it's 48. And for 5 days, it's 60. Well, if we find the rule of the table, we can figure out how much it costs for any number of days. So what happens to a 3 to turn it into a 36, or a 4 to turn it into a 48? Well, I hope you came up with the rule of the table is multiply by 12. So however many days, you're going to multiply by 12 to get the total cost. D times 12 equals C. You may have used different variables if you wanted to. So for any number of days, you're just going to multiply by 12 to get the cost. All right, 17 and 18, we're using the very same math problem. Whoops. Sorry about that. All right, 6 times 24 divided by 4 in parentheses times y. All right, first it says, which operation do you perform first to simplify it? And simplify it just means bring it down to that one number on the tip of your Dorito. Well, we're going to do parentheses first, but we don't write parentheses. We say the operation, so you should have division for number 17. All right, and then number 18 wants us to simplify it. All right, we can simplify it to a point, but we can't solve it completely because we still have a missing piece. So we're going to do what we can. 24 divided by 4 is 6. So 6 times y. All right, now I'm going to do multiplication in the order that it comes. So I can go ahead and solve this. 6 times 6 is 36. 36 times y, I can write like this. Now I don't know what y is, so I can't solve the last step. That's as simple as it can get, but I have simplified my expression to 36 times y. All right, I hope you did well grading your study guide. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to go back over some things tomorrow before the test. Hopefully I'll be back. All right, you guys have a great day.